Welcome back. We have a 50-gallon electric water heater that we pulled out of someone's home and went ahead and cut it apart just to show you what's going on inside. So I'll just go over the components just to explain how everything works and what's part of this heater. So cold water comes in here. This is your thermal expansion tank, and what this does is just absorb the extra. When water heats up, the water is going to expand and create extra pressure. So this has a rubber bladder that's charged with air that equals the pressure of your home, and it absorbs that extra pressure so that it's not, because excessive pressure in a water heater can be dangerous. And that leads me to my next component, which is this is your pressure and temperature relief valve, and it has a little sensor inside that'll sense the temperature and the pressure, and if it gets excessive, it'll start relieving water. And usually these things are run down beside the water heater and to within 6 inches of the ground. The next component we'll talk about is how it heats up. And you have two elements. You have an upper element and a lower element. And it starts with the upper element and kind of heats this water heater up in sections. So it'll heat the top section first, and then it'll heat the bottom section. Once this is satisfied, there's a thermostat that's attached to the outside that'll read the temperature and just send the power from the upper to the lower until it's satisfied. And then when you turn water on, water comes into the cold water. It comes out the hot, of course, but it'll start introducing water to the tank. And if it just came in the top, you would quickly start getting lukewarm water. So it has a dip tube that that allows the water to go to the bottom of the tank. So it's introducing the cold water at the bottom, and that's the dip tube there. Anode rod, that's something that's important. This is called a sacrificial rod is what they call it. I believe it's made of a magnesium alloy, which is super corrosive. So all the corrosion goes to this before it goes to the tank. And these tanks are lined with glass, but there are points, and you can see in here where this element, this is where this heater ended up failing, where there is a little bit of exposure to the water. And so the idea is that this will corrode before that. So it's a good idea to change these out about every 6 to 10 years or so, depending on your water heater. New anode looks like this. So nice and clean, and pretty quickly it'll start looking like this, but once it gets to this point, it's really not doing its job like it should. And it's a good idea to pull it out and inspect it annually when you're doing a water heater inspection. It's also a good idea to flush these out. If you look at the bottom of it, it's got a little bit of a dome shape, and then that's to help circulate the water and keep it kind of flushing out. So when you flush it out, it'll push the debris and whatnot out, keep the sediment off the bottom of it, makes it for a much healthier and a longer lasting water heater. Hope this is helpful. Thank you.